Just got the batteries yanked out of the new shop truck. Let's see if we can save them. The first one has a whopping 1.5 volts. The second one actually says negative 200 some odd millivolts. That's not looking good. I've never seen that before. Wonder if we got a dead cell in there or something. You can see I've got them lined up here so they're the same. Positive, positive, negative, negative. What I'm going to do is stick the positive off the charger on this one, the negative over here. And I'm going to take a pair of jumper cables and go... I can't, it doesn't go around it. Change of plans. We're going to go positive, positive, negative, negative. So effectively what we've done is just hook these batteries together exactly like they would be in the truck. They're in parallel. If they were fully charged, it would still be 12 volts. So now I'm just going to clip the charger, I don't know, I guess to this jumper and to this jumper cable. This way I can charge both batteries at the same time off of one charger. And I can charge them in a little bit higher current and not worry about boiling them because I'm charging two pretty good sized batteries. The charger is on the 35 amp setting and you can see I've got just under 18 volts to both of the batteries. If I pop it down to the 2 amp trickle charge, I've got 13.5. So I'm going to put it back at the 35 amp and just let it cook for a while. I'm really hoping I can save these. I don't want to blow 400 bucks already on batteries. I've had these batteries on high for about 3 hours now, still pulling over 10 amps, and it sounds like they're boiling. Yep, definitely got some sizzling. I'm gonna let them sit. It's about midnight. I'll come back in the morning and see what charge I actually got on these things. I just unhooked the cables from the one battery to the other. That way if this one is bad, it's not going to draw that one down overnight. And we'll come back in the morning, do a load test on each battery, see how they fared. And if they seem like they're going to take a charge, I'll clean them up and probably do the right thing, which should be pop the caps off and check the water levels, all that jazz. But we'll come back in the morning, load test them, and see where we're at. About 12 hours later, let's see where these batteries are sitting at now. And this one is still at 12.12. That's honestly not bad. This one I think last night was at 11 something. We'll see how it is now. $11.4. Not horrible. I don't have a huge carbon pile tester. I've just got one of these cheapo Harbor Freight dealies. Get it dug in there nice. Good connection. Now we're going to apply the load, watch the needle, and in theory, it's going to stay in this nice green area. I'm pretty well confident it's going to drop down to weak pretty quickly. Hopefully not bad. And now it's gone. Battery 1 failed the load test. Let's try battery 2. Yep, instantly bad. Shoot. Look how fast this one's fading. Honestly, I'm not surprised. You can see it right there, it jumps right back up to about normal voltage. But once you put a load on it, 6 volts. That's not going to crank this truck over at all. I'm not giving up on them yet though. Let's pop the caps off, check the water level in there, maybe top them off and hook them up to the charger again. So you can clearly see the water level in these. It's right below, actually this one's low too. These here are all right below the battery lid. This cell and this cell, pretty low. I'm going to top those off with water. Ew. These three are a little low. Honestly, not bad. And the same thing with this battery. I'm going to go ahead and hook these batteries back up in parallel, put them on the charger again on high for a couple hours and see what happens. To save you guys the boredom of seeing it all over again, I'm not going to show it again. We charged the batteries. This one was at 12.3, 11.8. Nothing changed. Okay, I'm not going to load test them. I'm sure the same thing's going to happen again. So what I've got now is I've got them set up in a more long-term home here. Still hooked together in parallel. Jumper cables are tucked out of the way back there. And you can see I got these little alligator clips on there. Those go to my battery minder. Now allegedly, this thing here will desulfate your batteries. I say allegedly, but I am a firm believer in this thing. I'll put a link down below in my Amazon store if you are interested in getting one. I have saved, I mean, dozens of batteries with this thing. It's not a miracle worker. It's not going to be, I'm going to come out in the morning and it's good to go. But give it a couple of weeks. There's a good chance these batteries might be usable again. So you've got two lights, and I know you can't see it, but this one here says battery condition. This one says on charging. Actually, there you go. It focused. So you got the two lights, battery condition, on charging. Now, once it gets to a certain voltage, this one will start flashing, and that's when it's doing its desulfation process, whatever the heck it does. You can push this green button and force it into it, but we're going to see if it goes into it on its own, because if it does, that means the voltage is high enough on its own. Now, I am kind of tricking it because we know this one battery, I can't remember which, but we know one of them is only at 11.8, and the other one is at 12, what did I say, 3? So overall between the two, it's actually 12.1, I think. So hopefully we can get it high enough being hooked together in parallel like this, that this thing will kick on automatically and start maintaining these batteries. If not, I'll just push the force button in a day or two and see what happens. I'll come back when something new's happened. Well, you can see the green light's flashing. That means it is in maintenance mode, and it's desulfating the plates. That happened 3 full weeks ago, actually. The first day they were at 12.3 volts. The second day I checked them, they were at 12.6. And then they finally hit 12.8, and that's what it needs to go to the desulfate mode. If it would have stayed with that green light there solid for a week, I would have manually forced it, but I'd like to see if it'll get there on its own. So it did. Let's pull them off of there, find my load tester, and put some load on these and see what they do. Alright, I've got the load tester hooked up here to the left battery. It'd be nice to know which one was which that I started off with. I forgot. I just threw them on the shelf, started charging them. I don't know which was which and where they started at, but here we are now. So let's flip the switch and see how it does. I mean, it's not ideal, but you know what? It is still holding at 600 amps. Is that going to get me through in the middle of January? Probably not, but it's June. It's upper 80 degrees. So that's good enough to start it right now, which is all I really care about. Can we get this thing started before I spend $400 on batteries to find out it's got a horrible rod knock or something stupid? Okay, we got it hooked up to the right battery now, which actually looks like it has an even better charge, better static charge there. That's a little over 13. This one, I shouldn't say it, but I'm hopeful it's going to do better. Oh, about the same. Drops down to 600 and just holds there. But still, that's not bad. And you can see, hopefully, see how it's glowing red down inside the charger? That's how this works. There's a resistor inside here, and as you're passing the current through the cables, through that resistor, it heats up, and that's what puts the load on the batteries, is the resistor converting electricity into heat. Simple as that. Well, I'm going to go ahead and take both of these, hook them back up to the actual battery charger for a little bit here, just get them topped off completely. That way, the second I put them in the truck, they're not flat after I crank on it for 40 seconds, because we know it doesn't start. So I'll get that done and throw them in the truck, and we'll see what happens. I pulled Big Red up to the house yesterday. It's been sitting here for about 24 hours now, and, well, good news, she doesn't leak a drop. Now, there's two reasons for that. Either one, it actually doesn't leak, or number two, it's leaked everything out and there's nothing left to leak. It's amazing what a power washer will do. Holy cow, look at that beautiful truck shine. We're just going to avoid the other side with the rusted out fender and pretend that it all looks as good as this side. You know, the Craigslist side. Well, it's the next night and I just installed both the batteries. Just about ready to try and crank it over, and I thought, you know, maybe I should clean all these walnuts out of the air box first. Fortunately, the filter looks like it's in good shape, so the mice didn't get up inside here whatsoever and make a nest in the turbo. But yeah, there's plenty of walnuts in here. That's some acorns too. Alright, airbox is cleaned out, all back together. I already put the alternator back on, the belt's on. Let's hop inside this thing, turn the key, and see if it blows some smoke. Alright, here we go. Well, there's no wait to start light. That's not a good sign. What kind of mileage are we looking at here? 200 and... you guys can't see that, but it says 203,792. That's not bad. They told me it had like 220 on it. Power windows? It works. What about the passenger side? Oh yeah. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so no glow plugs, we know that. Looks like I'm in 4x4 low range. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, well that's bound up. Okay. I think she's backing too high. It almost half sounds like it wants to start. I doubt it will, because I think if the wait to start light doesn't come on, unless that bulb's burnt out, I think that means I've got no power to the PCM. I'm going to do the right thing and just hold the throttle pedal to the floor and crank on her, see what happens. Oh, about what I figured happened. Let's see if we got any smoke out here. Nope. No smoke either. Although, we did blow something out the tip pipe. Yeah, we blew a little mouse nest out the tailpipe. Okay, let's start checking fuses. On a side note, this Nature's Miracle, holy cow, this cab already smells 1,000 times better than it did. That stuff, what did I say it was, 10 bucks or something? Worth every penny. Okay, what do we got here? That one's good. Good. Well, that one there seems to... I think that 15 ampere there is bad. Okay, well, we got one 15 amp fuse here. No light. Stab the other side of it. We got light. So that 15 ampere there is bad. Fortunately, we've got 80 million fuses in the door pocket over there. So let's grab one and stuff it in there. Well, here, 15 amp. According to the chart here, we're looking at number 16, which says the cigarette lighter and the OBD2 plug. Well, I'll put a new one in there anyway, and we'll keep poking around. Well, like I said, the wait to start light comes on, which is indicative of a bad PCM or no power to the PCM. This one here is the injector driver module. This one here is the PCM. Both of these have power. This is the relay for the PCM. It's got power. So the fuses are good, the relay's good. I mean, I swapped it with the horn relay, so I'm assuming it's good. PCM's right here. I mean, it all looks fine. I don't know. However, when you look down here at this bulkhead connector on the firewall, yeah, you guys seeing what I'm seeing there with that wire harness? Gross. Well, before I burn down my new truck, I think I'm going to unhook the batteries and then start fiddling with that. See if I can get it cleaned up, and well, yeah, I think that's why it don't start. But I mean, other than that, she cranks over good. The power windows work. I flip the headlights on, they work. Blower motor works. The radio works. I mean, we got a lot of positives right now. Just don't start. I've only got about half-hour daylight left, so I'm going to call it a night. Unhook these batteries, go inside, and we'll pick it up again tomorrow evening. Well, it's been 2 weeks since I've done anything on this truck. We kind of got in the weeds last time. This video started out about the batteries, seeing if we could save those, and well, I think we did. It ended with connector 202 down here on the firewall. You can see that harness looks pretty crusty. I'm hoping that's my issue. Anyway, I'm going to get to that in a new video here really shortly. We're going to wrap this one up. Like I said, it's been 2 weeks. We cranked on this thing, seeing if it would start the other day. And it didn't, but let's hook the batteries back up and see if it'll still turn over. Because if you recall, these batteries would pull down to virtually nothing. I mean, single-digit volts. So if they still crank after sitting here 2 weeks after cranking the snot out of them, I think they're going to be okay. Also, last time, I found the factory key, so that's a win. Just stick her in the ignition here, and let's see if it turns over. Sure does. Yeah, I'm going to say those batteries are good to go. So if you're interested, guys, this right here is the battery tender I used to fix it. It's not Battery Tender brand. It's Battery Minder Plus. You can buy them at Northern Tool. That's usually the cheapest place to get them. I'll link it down below in the description in my Amazon store if you want to pick it up there. That'd be awesome. We're going to wrap this video up. This thing clearly saved those batteries. They're good to go. I'm super excited about that. And hopefully I'll get that truck running today. Who knows? Might be more bad wiring elsewhere. But you got to start somewhere, right? Thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe and stick around to see the rest of this truck revival if you're interested. I'd greatly appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.